Hello there, and welcome to Vampire Survivors, a game that's, I don't know, it's probably been on like a bajillion different channels all over YouTube and everything, because the game's been out for a really long time. It's one of the more popular titles that does, what it does. And I think rightfully so. It is a good game, and the only thing I would say is I do think that the sheer amount of games that are similar at this point that have come out, there are now games that kind of do this whole scenario better. And Vampire Survivors would no longer be like my, top pick of games that I would go to. I mean, I would think of like Keeper's Toll, which was really good. You got Wizard Survivors, you got Nyan Survivors. I mean, like, you have the amount of Survivors games out there is like insane. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Then again, I'm not here to tell you to play anything. Not anymore. Nope. Now, I'm switching gears and I'm just gonna play these games and talk about whatever I talk about, and then I will watch them later for myself to say, look at that, I played that game. And this is what I thought. Try to capture those emotions whenever there are some, so that I can look back and remind myself that I play games for reasons. Like having fun and whatnot. Anyway, I do like Vampire Survivors though. Like, it is a good game. I do miss like when it was in its like early access phase, and the music they had for the very first track was amazing. It was the main reason, or not the first track, but the first level. That was why I played the game as much as I did, because I loved the music. And then they changed it to something else that, well, it's less good. And yeah, I don't know, for whatever reason, Vampire Survivors really isn't the kind of game that it is the type of game that I would normally find myself playing for an incredibly long time, because the gameplay loop is pretty satisfying. But I don't know, I guess it's because I've played so many of these, kind of going back to something that's been, reiterated dozens of times. It's, I guess it just doesn't really pull me in the way that, it used to. Which is a shame, because it is a very good game. It is no longer one of a kind, but it is certainly a memorable experience. You've got a lot of characters that you can choose from. You've got a fairly satisfactory gameplay loop. We get all these dopamine hits of like, oh look, you got a chest and you're getting all kinds of cool stuff and whatnot. How cool. And that's neat, but I don't know, I guess it's not quite like the same of what we might, I guess hope. Anyway, I don't really see like that it would make much sense for me to do a long video here, because everybody's seen Vampire Survivors. Like, there's no point in me like continuing on and trying to do much of anything here. Just, I might as well die relatively quickly, because again, I can't imagine you don't already know about this. So there's not really a huge incentive on my end to keep playing this. It's something that I'm moving on past to go play some other things. I don't know what I'm gonna play. Going through my backlog, doing all the backlog stuff. Because one thing that I've come to realize over the last couple of weeks is I have an incredibly large Steam library. And I got games on GOG, I got games on Epic, Ubisoft Uplay, or Ubisoft Connect, or whatever it is now. The EA Origin app. I have games all over the place, and I haven't played them. And I forgot, like, at some point in time that playing games was a thing that I did for myself. And then I would talk about the games to share my love and passion of them for other people, and if people went and played the game that I played because I said, hey, it's cool, hey, that's cool, but it wasn't really ideally the point. It was just for me to record stuff so that I was going to be remembered forever. Nah, it's actually not that. I wanted to record stuff, record myself playing games so that if I came back to look at something later and I couldn't remember why it was on my wish list, I could remember and say, oh yeah, I like this. Because there's, you know, cake or something, or whatever the case might be. So, you know, I just trying to get back there, and I just want to, you know, have fun without worrying about anything. Like, you know, am I making stuff entertaining? Is people going to come back? Am I going to get a comment where somebody is very upset or angry? And you know, it's just not really not what I want. I just want to play games and have a good time, you know. I wanna do what normal people do, like the William Shatner song, you know. I don't remember the name of it. I think it actually might be called Normal People. It's a good song. It is kind of strange that William Shatner had a band, but I don't know, the important part is he had some good songs. I guess you know, I'm not trying to succumb to my death as much. Yeah, at this point it almost feels like I'm just trying to drag this on to hit that magic 8-minute time frame so I can put in 2 advertisements. But don't worry, I'm not actually going to do that. I tried it, you know, there are sometimes I put 2 ads, but I try to keep just 1 ad. I hate ads, so I don't like putting ads on there for other people to have to deal with. Anyway, I don't know what next game I'm going to cover. I'm hoping it's something quite entertaining and fun, but time will tell. Apparently, we really lucked out and got a bunch of money. Huzzah for us. Anyway, Vampire Survivors, a game that's been done to death, and, you know, like, obviously, it's good. It's fun. I definitely recommend it if you haven't played it. You can usually pick it up for pretty decent sales. And, you know, they got all that DLC going on now, where you got, like, Castlevania stuff, I think, which makes a lot of sense. So, anyway, it is definitely a game that has continued to evolve and grow over time and spawned off a billion, you know, doppelgangers, I guess, in a way that you could say that. So, anyway, the end. Thanks for watching, and have a nice weekend.